Imagine standing at the edge of your life, the precipice between who you are today and the warrior you've always dreamed of becoming. This is not a path for the timid. This is not a journey for the hesitant. This is the journey of the stoic warrior, the one who refuses to be defined by circumstance, the one who takes ownership of every thought, every action, and every outcome in their life. Right now, in this moment, I want you to feel the weight of that power in your chest, the quiet strength that is waiting to rise. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you've been through, or what the world says about you. What matters is who you decide to be, who you choose to claim as your identity. You are more than your fears, more than your doubts, more than the limits that have been whispered to you by the world. You are a warrior, not a warrior of weapons or armies, but a warrior of the mind, a warrior of spirit, a warrior of unwavering inner discipline. You have within you a strength that can move mountains, a clarity that can cut through confusion, and a calmness that can turn chaos into opportunity. Today, for the next hour, you are going to step into that identity fully, declaring it with every fiber of your being. I am a stoic warrior. And as you speak these words, you will feel the chain of limitation break, the weight of self-doubt lift, and the fire of purpose ignite within you. Every affirmation, every breath, every pulse of your energy is a signal to your mind and your spirit that you are ready to claim the greatness that is already inside of you. You will feel unstoppable because the truth of you is unstoppable. You will rise above what holds others back because your mind is trained, your heart is anchored, and your soul is unwavering. Over the next hour, these words, these affirmations, these declarations are not just sounds. They are the building blocks of a life of courage, mastery, and extraordinary inner power. This is your moment. This is the time to awaken the warrior within. And the journey begins the moment you say to yourself, with conviction, with belief, and with fire, I am a stoic warrior. Mastery over mind and emotion is the cornerstone of becoming a stoic warrior, the foundation upon which all other aspects of inner greatness are built. It begins with the recognition that your mind is the most powerful tool you possess, yet it is also the most vulnerable to distraction, fear, and negative conditioning. True mastery does not mean the absence of emotions, but rather the ability to understand, regulate, and channel them toward your highest potential. Every thought you entertain, every feeling you acknowledge has the power to shape your reality, to determine the quality of your decisions, and to influence the trajectory of your life. When you cultivate awareness of your inner landscape, you begin to see the difference between automatic reactions and deliberate responses. You learn to pause in moments of challenge, to observe your thoughts without judgment, and to choose the ones that serve your purpose rather than diminish your power. This practice requires discipline because the mind naturally drifts toward worry, resentment, and self-doubt, especially in the face of adversity. Yet a stoic warrior understands that the external world is beyond control and the only domain truly under your command is the realm of your own mind and heart. By training attention, focusing on what can be influenced, and letting go of what cannot, you develop emotional resilience, the ability to remain calm and clear even when chaos surrounds you. Mastery over emotion also means embracing discomfort without fear, acknowledging that pain, frustration, and uncertainty are inevitable companions in the pursuit of growth. Rather than suppressing these feelings or allowing them to dictate behavior, the warrior transforms them into fuel for action, learning, and wisdom. Through consistent practice, habits of reflection, meditation, and mindful awareness, the mind becomes a steadfast ally, capable of discerning truth from illusion, opportunity from distraction, and courage from hesitation. This mastery cultivates a deep inner freedom, the kind that allows you to act decisively in alignment with your values, rather than being tossed by impulses or societal pressures. It instills confidence, not born from external validation, but from the knowledge that no matter what unfolds outside, your inner fortress remains unshaken. The ability to regulate your thoughts and emotions becomes the engine for every other aspect of life: relationships, goals, creativity, and resilience. It teaches patience in the face of delay, clarity amidst confusion, and composure during trials, creating a sense of unshakable presence. When the mind and emotions are mastered, the stoic warrior steps into the world with authority, focus, and grace, aware that true strength is cultivated internally rather than sought externally, and that the most profound victories are won within the theater. of one's own consciousness. Unshakable inner strength is the defining quality of a Stoic warrior, the force that allows an individual to stand firm in the face of adversity, uncertainty, and challenge. This strength is not about physical prowess or external achievements. It is cultivated in the mind, tempered by experience, and anchored in unwavering resolve. At its core, unshakable inner strength is the ability to confront life's obstacles without succumbing to fear, doubt, or despair. It is the quiet courage that persists when circumstances are unfavorable, the persistence that refuses to yield even when progress seems slow or invisible. Every moment of hardship presents an opportunity to fortify this strength, to test the limits of patience, endurance, and resilience. It requires the conscious choice to rise above reactive impulses, to face discomfort willingly, and to transform challenges into stepping stones for growth. The Stoic warrior understands that life is inherently unpredictable, that setbacks are inevitable, and that external conditions are often beyond control. Therefore, true power is derived not from attempting to manipulate the world, but from mastering the self. This inner fortitude allows one to act decisively in moments of crisis, to maintain composure when emotions threaten to overwhelm, and to make choices aligned with long-term purpose rather than short-term comfort. Cultivating unshakable inner strength also involves embracing vulnerability, acknowledging fears and weaknesses without letting them define action or identity. By confronting these internal truths directly, the warrior develops authenticity, courage, and a deep sense of self-reliance. Practices such as disciplined daily routines, mental conditioning, reflection, and mindful confrontation of fears serve as tools to reinforce this strength, gradually creating an internal reservoir of resilience that can be drawn upon in moments of need. Furthermore, this strength is not static. It grows through repeated trials, through persistence in the face of resistance, and through conscious effort to remain aligned with personal values regardless of external pressures. It fosters a mindset that views obstacles not as threats, but as catalysts for transformation, as opportunities to refine character, deepen wisdom, and expand capacity for endurance. In embodying unshakable inner strength, the Stoic warrior becomes impervious to the fluctuations of fortune, unwavering in purpose, and consistent in action. This strength radiates outward, influencing decisions, relationships, and interactions with the world, creating a presence that commands respect not through dominance, but through integrity, courage, and steadfastness, and demonstrating that the most profound power lies in the ability to remain centered, resilient, and unyielding regardless of the storms that rage around. Self-awareness and reflection are essential pillars in the journey of the Stoic warrior, forming the bridge between potential and actualized greatness. This key principle emphasizes the importance of looking inward with honesty, curiosity, and courage, understanding that true power begins with an intimate knowledge of oneself. Self-awareness is the practice of observing thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment, recognizing patterns that either empower or limit growth. It is the ability to distinguish between instinctive reactions and deliberate choices, to identify when fear, pride, or attachment may be influencing decisions, and to consciously redirect energy toward what aligns with personal values and purpose. Reflection deepens this awareness, providing the space to assess experiences, extract lessons, and integrate wisdom gained from both success and failure. Through regular introspection, the Stoic warrior develops clarity about strengths, weaknesses, motivations, and desires, creating a mental map that guides intentional action. This process requires humility, as it demands confronting uncomfortable truths and acknowledging areas where growth is needed. Yet, it is precisely this willingness to face oneself without denial or excuse that cultivates resilience, integrity, and authentic confidence. Self-awareness also enhances emotional intelligence, allowing the warrior to recognize how internal states affect interactions with others, fostering more compassionate, measured, and effective responses in relationships and leadership. By reflecting on past actions and outcomes, patterns of thought and behavior become visible, offering the opportunity to refine responses, avoid repeated mistakes, and consciously choose growth over complacency. Moreover, reflection allows the Stoic warrior to connect daily actions with broader life purpose, ensuring that each decision and effort contributes to long-term goals rather than being swayed by immediate impulses or external pressures. This alignment between awareness and action produces a sense of inner coherence, where choices feel deliberate and empowered rather than reactive or accidental. The warrior who cultivates self-awareness and reflection gains mastery over the internal landscape, developing the capacity to pause, evaluate, and respond with intention, even in the midst of chaos or challenge. This practice fosters a deep sense of autonomy and personal accountability, as the individual recognizes that responsibility for one's life rests within, rather than being dictated by circumstance or other people. Ultimately, through disciplined reflection and heightened self-awareness, the Stoic warrior not only understands who they are in the present, but also shapes the trajectory of who they are becoming, cultivating a life guided by insight, purpose, and deliberate choice, and embracing the journey of continuous self-mastery as the path to true inner greatness. Living with purpose and values is the compass that guides the Stoic warrior through life, providing clarity, direction, and unwavering motivation, even amidst uncertainty and challenge. At its essence, this principle is about defining what truly matters, understanding what principles are non-negotiable, and aligning every thought, decision, and action with that higher purpose. A life without purpose is susceptible to distraction, fleeting desires, and the influence of external pressures, but when purpose is anchored in personal values, it becomes a source of enduring strength, resilience, and fulfillment. The Stoic warrior recognizes that values are not abstract ideals. They are the standards by which life is measured, the touchstones that inform integrity, courage, and authenticity. Acting in harmony with these values ensures that choices are consistent, even when confronted with temptations or obstacles that might sway those who lack such clarity. Purpose, when embraced fully, transforms mundane tasks into meaningful contributions, challenges into opportunities, and setbacks into lessons that reinforce commitment rather than diminish it. It serves as a lens through which experiences are interpreted, allowing the warrior to see beyond immediate discomfort and focus on long-term growth and impact. Living by values also cultivates moral strength, the kind that fosters trust, respect, and admiration from others without the need for external validation or recognition. When actions are rooted in principles, decisions become more decisive, confidence deepens, and the warrior moves through life with a sense of authenticity that resonates in both private and public spheres. This alignment between purpose and behavior acts as a stabilizing force, providing clarity during moments of confusion and courage during times of fear or uncertainty. Furthermore, the Stoic warrior understands that living intentionally requires constant vigilance, reflection, and adjustment. Purpose is not static, it evolves with experience, insight, and growth, and values are continually tested by life's challenges. By consciously evaluating choices and behaviors against these internal benchmarks, the warrior ensures that life is consistently directed toward meaningful goals, avoiding the trap of living reactively or aimlessly. Purpose and values also fuel motivation, giving energy to persevere when obstacles arise and inspiring actions that are consistent, deliberate, and impactful. The warrior who embodies this principle experiences a sense of inner cohesion, where thoughts, words, and deeds are in harmony, generating not only personal fulfillment, but also the capacity to influence and inspire others positively. In embracing life with purpose and values, the Stoic warrior becomes a living testament to intentionality, demonstrating that true greatness is not measured by external accolades, but by the alignment of one's actions with the highest principles, creating a legacy defined by meaning, integrity, and deliberate impact. Affirmations as tools of transformation are powerful instruments that allow the Stoic warrior to shape reality from within, to reprogram thought patterns, and to cultivate the mindset necessary for inner greatness. These are not mere words repeated absent-mindedly, they are intentional declarations that resonate with the subconscious mind, reinforcing beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors aligned with purpose, strength, and resilience. The practice of using I am affirmations creates a direct connection between identity and action, anchoring the warrior in a state of empowered self-perception. By consistently affirming qualities such as courage, discipline, wisdom, and perseverance, The mind begins to internalize these truths, gradually shifting habitual thinking away from doubt, fear, or limitation toward confidence, clarity, and possibility. The transformative power of affirmations lies in repetition, combined with emotional intensity, which imprints these declarations onto the neural pathways of the brain, strengthening the alignment between conscious intention and subconscious belief. Each affirmation becomes a signal, a declaration of who the warrior is and who they are becoming, bridging the gap between present circumstances and the potential that lies within. In the context of inner greatness, affirmations serve as both shield and compass, fortifying the mind against negativity, self-sabotage, and external criticism, while simultaneously guiding behavior in ways that reflect higher purpose and unwavering values. They are tools for rewiring perception, helping the Stoic warrior to interpret challenges not as barriers but as opportunities, setbacks not as failures but as lessons, and discomfort not as threat but as a catalyst for growth. The consistent use of affirmations also strengthens emotional resilience because the repeated acknowledgement of personal power and potential gradually diminishes the impact of fear, doubt, and insecurity. Over time, this practice fosters a profound sense of self-reliance and autonomy as the warrior comes to understand that the source of confidence, courage, and motivation exists within, independent of external validation or circumstance. Affirmations are most effective when paired with visualization, mindfulness, and deliberate action, creating a feedback loop where thought, belief, and behavior reinforce one another. They help the warrior maintain focus on long-term goals, instill clarity in moments of uncertainty, and generate momentum that propels consistent progress. By consciously choosing the language of empowerment, the Stoic warrior transforms the mind from a passive receiver of circumstance into an active architect of destiny. This practice instills not only confidence, but also a sense of sacred responsibility, because each affirmation is a commitment to embodying the highest version of oneself, a daily ritual that solidifies the connection between thought, intention, and extraordinary action, and enabling the warrior to step fully into the life they are meant to live.